AI is moving fast, but you don't have to. You just have to move forward, just from wherever you are. I want to let you in on something. The biggest mistake that I see leaders making today with AI is assuming that they're already behind. And I can tell you, you're not behind, okay? There are plenty of people still trying to figure this out and are just getting going in their journey. So you're probably leading a team. Perhaps you're managing an entire business as a business owner or operator, and you're trying to stay strategic. You're trying to stay out of the weeds. I hear it all the time from the clients that we work with that it's really difficult. You just get sucked back into the day-to-day operations all of the time. And now AI shows up. And when that shows up, it can feel really overwhelming, right? It's just one more thing to try to figure out when you already feel like you have zero margin in your life. Maybe you've heard of ChatGPT, or maybe you've tried it a few times, or maybe you haven't touched it at all. In this video today, I'm going to walk you through what I call the 5 stages of AI adoption. You're going to be able to identify exactly where you are. You're going to know exactly what the next step is, and you're going to stop feeling like you're falling behind. I want to be real with you. I've been on the journey too. In fact, I'm still on it right now. You'll see where I am in those 5 stages as we talk about those and as we get to them. But I have to say, I did start experimenting with ChatGPT very early on, like about 4 or 5 weeks after it came out. I remember seeing it in a video, somebody that I was following online, and they mentioned it. I hopped on, got my user ID, signed in, and started playing around with it. And wow, it was just, I still remember the moment. It was just like it was magic what happened on the other end when it started generating responses and started creating documents for me. It was pretty incredible. But I've always been an early adopter. You can ask any of the people around me who have known me for a while. I love technology. I love new things. I love exploring. I have creative as first voice, for those of you who know the 5 voices system. And so it was really kind of natural for me to be an early adopter, just because I love technology and I love anything that's new and innovative. But I'm also very aware that's not everyone. In fact, that's not most people. Most people fall in the middle of that adoption curve. The majority of folks actually are not early adopters. We're kind of in the middle of that adoption curve. And probably if you are a leader, you're pretty busy. You know, you've got a lot of other stuff to do, and it's really easy to be cautious. It's easy to be skeptical. I get it. A lot of you are just not really sure yet what to do with AI in the business context. And if that's you, I get it. This video is not about me and how far along I am. It's really about helping you understand where you are in this journey. And if I can help you along the way, or if I can help clear up some things for you based on what I've learned, then my job here is complete. I really just want to help you learn what to do next in this journey of yours. So let's walk through the 5 stages that I've seen in real world AI adoption. Once again, these are for me, and I think they'll probably be for you too. This is what I'm seeing out there with the clients that I'm working with, and just other people who are in this journey as well. All right, stage 1, aware. You know that AI exists and you've heard the headlines. Perhaps you've seen some news articles, watched a video, or you've heard someone else talking about it. That's a good place to start. Everybody has to start first with being aware of the technology and what it can do. I would say if this is where you are, just get really curious. Okay, just ask some questions about it, start to look around online, find somebody's videos that you can follow. Perhaps just read more about it. You know, there's tons of stuff being written about it these days. Just understand the basic technology and just be really, really curious. Okay, curiosity goes a long ways in learning new things and helping yourself. That's progress. Okay, just start to learn something about it. Stage 2. Stage 2 is what I call dabbling. Okay, so maybe you've signed into ChatGPT, maybe you've set up an account, maybe you've tried it a few times, maybe you've asked it to write an email for you, or perhaps to generate ideas for you, or perhaps you've just done a basic search. You just kind of replaced a Google search with an LLM search inside of ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, one of the others. That's good. That's good. You got to start somewhere, and starting to dabble in it and give it requests and start to figure out how it works. That's a good place to start. Think about it as a small start. Okay, a small start, but a meaningful start. I had to sign in for the first time and put my first prompt in and start to learn that way. And everybody does, right? Try using it to create a rough draft of a document, or to take a large document, upload it, and then have it summarized for you. Maybe just try doing that once a week. You know what? Pick a day of the week. Say, I'm just going to take an hour. I'm going to play around with it, see what it can do. That's a great place to start. Stage 3. Stage 3 is exploring. You've now moved beyond just entering text into AI or to an AI engine of some sort. You've now started to figure out it can generate lots of other types of content for you. Perhaps you've tried generating images. If you've played around with the Studio Ghibli kind of format or style inside of ChatGPT, it's been a big hit with my wife and family and other people that I know. Maybe you started generating images, or perhaps audio tracks, or perhaps you have started seeing it integrated inside of other tools like Notion, where you can generate content inside of other tools, or perhaps you're using something like Midjourney for images, or one of the other tools. That's good. I would say the good place to start here is to find one tool and go deep on that one tool. Depending on your job, depending on what you have to do on a weekly basis, find a tool that helps you generate content, or to brainstorm or come up with ideas within your job, within whatever task or role that you have, and just go deep in that one tool. Learn how to use it. If you're using ChatGPT, go explore all the other features, things like projects. They look like little folders over there on the side. You can start a project, you can define it, you can put documents inside of it, you can give it context inside of that, and just learn to use that feature. Perhaps it's a custom GPT. You want to generate the same kind of content over and over and over again, or you have a task that you want to repeat. Set up a custom GPT. Just learn one tool, learn all of its features, and go deep in that. That'll give you the confidence you need to start to use some of the other tools. Plus, it'll up your productivity. You'll just be way more effective when you learn to use the tool better. All right, stage 4 is what I call integrating. You're starting to think AI first all throughout your day as you do any sort of task. In fact, before you start to do a task, you pause and you ask yourself, is there a way that AI could help me do this better or faster, or generate better quality or more results or more options? This is when you've really started to use the technology and understand what it can do for you. And now you're starting to think about it for everything that you do. This is a really good place to be in, where you start to think AI first, where you don't waste any more time doing something than you have to, because you have already thought about, how can the AI help me right out of the gate? This is all about making AI part of your weekly workflow, and I would say even daily workflow. Okay, so things like meetings or writing or planning, the kinds of things that really aren't value add for you, the things that don't require your creativity, the things that don't require strategic thinking or critical thinking or interaction with a client or customer or another human being, like those kinds of things, the kind of the administrivia, I call those sometimes. When you start thinking AI first, you're always thinking about, how can I take those things, offload them to AI so I can focus on the things where I bring value? That's a good place to be. I call that integrating. And the last stage that I have in the list of 5 here, stage 5, is called automating. Okay, now you're not just using AI. You're really starting to think about your job. You're starting to think about the tasks around you. You're starting to think about business processes as workflows. And you're starting to think about, how can I take AI and automate parts of this workflow so that people don't have to be involved, so that you don't have to be involved in the process. There are these things called agents inside of the world of AI, and those agents are like little digital employees, and they will just do whatever task you tell them to do. If it's anything you can repeat, if it's anything that has repetition to it, if it's something that you do on a very frequent basis, when you learn to automate, when you learn to hand those tasks off inside of that workflow, or when you have an entire workflow automated, that's when you really start to see the efficiency and the gains come about from AI and AI technologies. So if you're at this stage and you're starting to think about what does automation look like, or you think you're ready to, like you feel really comfortable with the tools and you understand the power of them, the next step, the last step, is to start to automate entire parts of your business workflow. Okay. This is when you start to free up your team and you free up yourself to be more strategic, to be more creative, to collaborate in different ways because you've handed off those repetitive tasks. Okay. So if you're at this stage and you want to start getting better at it, think about one or two repeatable processes inside of what you do on a daily basis, or ask the question of your team and have them think about what's one part of our process, one core business process that we could start to think about. How could we automate this? How could we just make it happen without people being involved? And really, when you start to do that, you start to take things off of people's plates and you start to free them up to do the things that they were hired to do. So let me say this very directly. You don't have to be a coder. You don't have to be an engineer. You don't even have to understand how AI works. Okay, probably a lot of you drive a car. You don't understand all the intricacies of every part of that car and what makes it go. But you know, when you put the key in or when you hit that start button and you put it in gear, it just goes. It's the same thing with AI. You just need to know how to operate it. You don't need to know how it works. You just have to be open to asking yourself, how might this technology help me lead better, help me generate better results inside my job or inside my business? That's it. That's the shift. If you can start to ask yourself that question. So wherever you are, if you're aware, if you're dabbling, if you're exploring, if you've moved on to integrating and to automating, it's okay. You're not behind. You're on the path. And the goal is to not stop or not to skip stages. The goal is to keep moving forward just one step at a time. I'm continuing to learn every single day. I'm testing new tools. I'm seeing the new technologies come out. I'm thinking about ways that I can use them for myself and my business, but also with my clients. And I'll keep sharing here what I'm discovering along the way in my AI journey. And hopefully I can help you lead with better clarity and purpose and to have confidence in this new AI-empowered world. If this video today gave you clarity, just tap on the like button down below, give me some feedback. And if you want more content like this, just subscribe to my channel. That way you can be notified anytime new content comes out. I'm trying to put these out each week and just kind of tell you my journey, what I'm learning, and how I'm helping the people around me learn about AI and the new technologies that are all around it. Okay. And if you'd like to reach out and get in touch, you can drop a comment down below of how you're using AI, or perhaps what stage you're in your journey. Or you can head over to my website, d4concepts.com, and you can get in contact with me there. Hey, so glad that you are along with me in this AI journey. No matter where you are, it's okay. You're not late. You're not behind. Come on and join me, and let's go on this AI journey together. See you in the next video.